I'm joined today by Ali Vayazi, and he is the Assistant Professor and Program Director for Logistics and Supply Chain Management located at our Durham campus. Today, Ali is going to tell us a little bit about the program, a little bit about the courses, some possible career opportunities, and being one of the professors in the Logistics and Supply Chain Management program, he's the perfect expert for us. So thank you very much for joining us today, Professor Ali, and you can take it away when you're ready.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dave. And thank you all for attending this presentation. I hope you find it useful. Today, I'm going to provide a brief introduction to the Logistics and Supply Chain Management program that we have at the Trent University Durham campus. So let's get started. First of all, let's look at these photos. What do we understand from these photos? What do we see in these photos? So in these photos, we see networks. We see relationships between businesses. We see business systems. We see global relationships. We see problem solving, right? We see the connection between different activities, functions, organizations, departments, in order to solve real-world business problems, right? So this could be a good introduction to the field of logistics and supply chain management by looking at these photos. And given the increasing importance of supply chain management in today's interconnected world. And by the way, all of these photos are AI generated using artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence and data analytics are very useful technologies in today's supply chain management, and it's revolutionizing the supply chain systems today. So to provide some formal definitions, these are some definitions for supply chain management and logistics, because you might wonder, what is supply chain management? What is logistics? So supply chain management, or SCM for short, is the integrated management of all activities and flows in a system. So here the integration is a key word. We need to integrate all the activities, all the flows in a given business system. And the objective is to create value and to ensure that the product or service is available at the right place and at the right time. Okay, so this is the definition of supply chain management. I got this definition from Association for Supply Chain Management, or ASCM, which is a leading organization for supply chain management body of knowledge. And logistics is a subset of supply chain management. So logistics would be a subset of supply chain management that controls the movement, handling, and storage of products between origin and distribution points. So, for example, the raw materials need to go into factories, and they might need to be stored before being processed and turned into finished components or finished products. And then the finished products need to be moved from factories to distribution centers. And from distribution centers, it might stay there for a while, stored in distribution centers, and then they might be moved to a retail store or to customers. So in order to effectively and efficiently manage all these operations, we need logistics. And this is a representation of a supply chain system, a very simplified representation, which shows different players in a supply chain system. We have different members in a supply chain system. For example, raw material suppliers, component suppliers, producers or manufacturers, distributors, wholesalers, retailers, and end customers. And in such a system, we see that it's more like a network rather than a chain of activities. So we are dealing with networks, and some networks are more complex than the other ones. For example, global supply chain networks tend to be more complex than domestic supply chain networks. So in this system, we have different flows. We have product movement. We have information sharing, because different businesses need to share relevant information in order to make sure that they know what's happening in the system. And also funds, of course, the money needs to move, between members. For example, if a manufacturer buys some raw material from a supplier, the flow of raw material would be from the supplier to the manufacturer, but the fund movement will be from the manufacturer to the supplier, because the manufacturer needs to pay the supplier. So you might wonder, what knowledge and skill will I get if I enroll in this program? So what are the knowledge and the skill? What are the hard and soft skills that I will obtain through this program? So this program encourages and incorporates important skills, such as strategic thinking and strategic leadership. Today's supply chain management is not only about day-to-day operations. It's about a more strategic view. It's about sometimes long-term partnerships with suppliers, right? And this strategic thinking is really embedded into this program. Communication skills are really important, and they are considered in this program. Every supply chain, in order to be effectively managed, needs effective communication between different members and within the organizations as well. And sustainability aspects. So given the importance of sustainability, and when we talk about sustainability, we are considering the economic sustainability aspect. Of course, the organization needs to remain in business, but also the environmental aspect, as well as socially responsible supply chain. So the decisions that we make in a supply chain needs to be ethical, environmentally friendly, and socially responsible. And this is embedded in the courses that we offer. In almost every course that we offer in this program, we emphasize the importance of sustainability. Collaboration. So collaboration skills are also very important. Through teamwork, through group projects, collaboration is encouraged, which is essential in effective supply chain management. Critical thinking and ways to approach a given problem, how to solve a given problem using, for example, a combination of qualitative and quantitative methods. This is what we will discuss in this program. Data analysis skills, which is very relevant to today's world. Data literacy or data analysis skills are really, really important in the job market today. Skills for risk reduction and mitigation, how to identify the risk factors for your own organization and also for your own supply chain, and how to mitigate those risks. Again, we need to have a strategic view in terms of risk mitigation and management. IT applications, information technology, and other emerging technologies such as advanced robotics, 3D printing. These technologies, will be discussed in this program, because supply chain professionals need to have these skills for success in today's marketplace. And of course, problem solving. Problem solving is at the heart of supply chain management. How to analyze the problems, how to use a systematic approach in order to analyze and solve problems. And in terms of career opportunities, you can find jobs and career path in almost every sector. So supply chain management is interdisciplinary. It is applicable to every industry, to every system. And some sample job titles include supply chain manager, logistics consultant, transportation manager, supply chain business analyst, production planner, and procurement specialist. And you can also, if you like, you can also search on LinkedIn, search keyword supply chain, or in other job searching platforms, you can search supply chain, and you will see that you will find a variety of jobs related to supply chain. It might not be titled supply chain, but it's there is a very high chance that is related to supply chain. For example, transportation manager, or sometimes keywords like buyer or procurement analyst, right? So these are all related to supply chain. Okay, so in this program, we also have case studies, lots of case studies, lots of projects, hands-on experience with realistic supply chain problems, how to model supply chain systems. So experiential learning is considered in our courses, and also in the 4th year we have a mandatory course which is incorporated into the program. It's a 4-month placement with a firm for at least 2 days per week. And given the opportunities that we see in the Trent Durham region, where our program is offered, we have lots and lots of opportunities for our students to get these placement opportunities. And also, we are working with well-known institutions such as Supply Chain Management Ontario, in order to offer or facilitate getting designations, recognized designations, such as Certified Supply Chain Management Professional, or CSCMP, which would make you more attractive in the job market. And also we have strong connections to the industry, to the Chamber of Commerce in the region, and Association for Supply Chain Management, or ASCM, which also offers, different certification programs. And this program would give you substantial knowledge, and through this program, you would get substantial skills that would make you ready for getting these designations and certifications as well. So a number of courses in the 1st year, for example, the digital world is from computer science, introductory macro and microeconomics from the economics department, some courses from the business department, such as financial accounting, and also one course from the LSCM program, which is operations management for supply chain. And in each term, you also have some options for taking elective courses. And in total, we are offering around 10 LSCM courses. So 10 courses focused on supply chain management, right? So we offer a significant breadth and depth of knowledge and skills to our students. And here's some information about admission to LSCM. So You can find this information and additional information in the website if you just Google LSCM Trent University, and you could be also in contact with international office and admission office at Trent University, and they will provide you with more information about the admission requirements. And also, you know, we review the applications on a case-by-case basis to see whether there is a fit, and you know, then we can go from there. Okay, thank you very much for your attention and for attending this presentation. I hope you find it useful, and I hope to see you at Trent University.
Oh, that was great. Thank you so much, Ali.
Sure.
It's such an interesting emerging field. And as we, you know, talk to students that are when we're on the road in different countries internationally, a lot of students are becoming aware of what supply chain management is, but don't necessarily know what it is yet. So I think you did a really good job of explaining high level what it is, and then getting into the courses just helps me personally and the students just understand a little bit more about what logistics and supply chain management really covers. But I just have a few quick questions, if you don't mind.
Sure. Sure.
You talked about the experiential education. I'm just wondering if you can talk a little bit more about that, specifically that LSCM 4500 course. So what type of things are students going to be doing in that course? You know, maybe if you have an example of a student in particular that's taken the course and what they've done, I think that would be really helpful for the students to kind of envision where they're going to be once they take that fourth year course.
Yeah, thank you very much. So of course, as I mentioned, experiential learning is incorporated into our courses through case studies, through projects, and in addition to that, we have that placement course. Yes, that is a partner, in partnership with an industry partner. The students will need to, take that course and will get real-world experience with supply chain problems and how to solve these kinds of problems. So by that point, which is the fourth year, the students have learned, supply chain management, let's say, body of knowledge, and it's an evolving field. So we are constantly updating the course materials to keep up with the evolving nature of the field and the dynamic aspect of the field. So by that time, they have acquired, significant knowledge on the field, as well as the skills required in order to approach problem solving in supply chain management. So by that point, and since there's a high demand for these kinds of skills in the job market, the industry partners would be happy to accept these students as as students who could join their team. So there will be opportunities for solving real world problems. For example, one company, let's say it's a food manufacturing company, needs to decide on where to locate the next manufacturing plants, right? So it's we call it a facility location decision. So where do we need to locate the next facility? And when you're considering this decision, you need to consider the interplay between different aspects, different costs, different profit components, right? For example, locating in this specific point would be, let's say, associated with lower land acquisition cost and labor cost, but it might be a higher cost in terms of transportation, right? So in this kind of analysis, we need to have a system thinking, and that kind of systematic thinking and strategic thinking, especially for these kinds of decisions, would allow our students to apply their knowledge and skills to real world problems. So this could be just one example, but there are numerous examples that students may be involved with, depending on the specific problems that the business is facing at that specific point when the student joined the partners team.
Wow. Yeah, that's fascinating. It's interesting to me because it's such an emerging field and becoming more and more popular as like a area of study that it feels like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like some of the career opportunities and experiential education in this program is preparing the students for careers that don't necessarily exist just yet, or on the cusp of existing in the next few years. Like, for example, you mentioned AI at the beginning of the presentation, and we know kind of roughly where that's headed, but nobody knows specifically how all of this is going to integrate into the job market. So, preparing students for the base level of that, I think, is very important, and it seems like this program's doing that very well.
Yeah, thank you. And just to add something, I mean, the approach for the design of this program has been like this, because supply chain management is interdisciplinary. Mm-hmm. We are keeping up with, the trends, and also we encourage lifelong learning and continuous learning, and that's what is needed, right? So a few years from now, maybe there's a very high demand, and I anticipate this to be the case, a very high demand for supply chain professionals who have enough knowledge and skills in terms of dealing with technologies, analyze data, use artificial intelligence, and also be able to manage risks, right? So these are all incorporated into our program.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. Thanks for that note. Okay, I have one final question, and it's a very specific question. So I'm just curious what the answer is. And it's about designations after a student graduates, or additional examinations or societies that students will join. And I'll just give you a second to think about that. Like, for example, when students graduate from a Bachelor of Engineering, they have the eligibility to become professional engineering. Or when they graduate from accounting, they're working their way towards achieving a designation in the CPA or CFA. So I'm curious, because I genuinely don't know about logistics and supply chain management, and you brought it up. There's a few designations that students have the opportunity of getting, which makes them logistics and supply chain management professionals. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So we are currently working with those organizations, well-known organizations in Canada, such as Supply Chain Management Ontario, who offer, some designations in supply chain and logistics. And we are in the process of, working with them in order to facilitate getting those, designations for our students. And that's one of the priorities that we have in this program, and we hope to reach that agreement soon. Other than that, the knowledge and the skills that the students will get through our programs and through our courses will definitely prepare them to be able to get those designations from other supply chain organizations as well, right? So one of them is Association for Supply Chain Management, which is a globally recognized institution for supply chain, and it offers different certification programs. For example, I have experience with CSCP, which is Certified Supply Chain Professional, and CLTD, which is Certified in Logistics, Transportation and Distribution. And given the courses that we offer, And we also reference these institutions a lot, the definitions that they use, the practical terms that are used in industry. So through our program, students will get, a lot of familiarity with these institutions, the terms they use, the body of knowledge that they offer, because we get some contents from actually we share some contents from those institutions as well. So they are going to be ready to write those examinations as well. For example, for the 2 certifications that I mentioned, CSCP and CLTD, by the end of our program, there shouldn't be any problem for our graduates to actually write these exams successfully.
Okay, that's really good to know. That's really, really good, because a lot of students are career focused, and especially after a 4-year degree, they want to just make sure that everything is accredited and that they're able to work in the field once they graduate. Of course, it's
and another thing to add is the program is relatively new, but we are constantly strengthening our connection with industry and constantly strengthening our connection to these well-known supply chain organizations. So that's something that is ongoing. So we believe in continuous improvement, and that's also something that we have in mind in our program. And we are trying to improve these connections as much as possible.
That's amazing. The students will be very happy to hear that.
Okay.
So is there any other final notes that you wanted to leave us with? We can end it here, or if you have something else that you thought of last minute that you wanted to mention.
Nothing but to say that supply chain management is an exciting field, and I congratulate you if you if you choose to study supply chain management, which is highly relevant in today's world.
That's great. We hope to have a lot of students join us within that program for the upcoming years, because it's a very emerging and necessary field too. So thank you so much,
sure.
Ali, for your help on this.
No worries.
And thank you to the students.
And if any students, if anyone has any questions, we can contact me via email. My email is alivaezi@trentu.ca. So please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.
Yeah, and we will be answering questions during today's open house on November 5th. So students can enter into our question and answer period. There's our international staff that are willing and ready to answer questions in their language if they would like. And then additionally, I just want to mention that applications are currently open. So we're encouraging students to apply as soon as possible to give themselves the best opportunity for admissions, scholarship, and processing as well. So thank you very much, everybody, for attending, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you very much.